So let me tell you about the different options of being a CSIL employer, because there are different ways to be a CSIL employer. So the first one is what I'm calling the direct employer. We've kind of renamed it ourselves, didn't we, Fernando, to make it easier. But some people know it as CSIL Phase 1. And these are people that are able to direct their own care themselves and will manage the whole system by themselves, and they don't need somebody else. It doesn't mean I don't ask a friend to give me a hand or whatever, right? But I'm in a position to be able to handle it all. So I become the direct employer. That I'm responsible for the funding and all of its supports and hiring the people and things. And we already mentioned that you can hire someone to assist you through the bookkeeping end of things. Mm-hmm. Then there is what they call the client support group, which is different from a microboard. The client support group is very specific to the CSIL program. And this is where the similar part is you develop a nonprofit society of about 5 people, and the 5 people are working with you to manage your supports.
It has to be a nonprofit society.
It has to be a nonprofit society.
They have to register.
So they have to register with the government. The health authority provides you all of the documents you need to do that. Okay. So if I was to do that, it would be the Paul Gauthier Client Support Group Society.
And 5 is the magic number? Is that
5 is the magic number of people, and the person who is receiving the supports can be the 5th person as well.
I see. So 5, no more,
no less than 5.
No more than 5? Or?
It can be more than 5, and it is recommended to have at least half of the people in the same province as you, or in the similar area where you live.
Right.
So that the idea here is that the client support group is going to help you in regards to managing things. The microboard system, Linda Perry and those guys are great at speaking about that, but what's nice about the microboard is it takes in not just your home support side of things, but all aspects of your life.
Okay.
Where through the Ministry of Health side, the client support group can only be specific to your home support needs, and you can't use the money for anything else other than your home support needs.
Gotcha.
The newest option here, which has been great, is the representation agreements. I think you've done some discussions on rep agreements, have you? Oh, you haven't?
Nope.
So representation agreements are fantastic because it allows for you to be able to designate someone at times when you're not able to manage for you. And a rep agreement can handle all aspects of different things, from your financials to your medical health and things like that. I'm not an expert in that area, but NIDIS, Joanne Taylor and those guys I'd recommend doing a session with them one time, because they are fantastic, and they've got a great little presentation, and I really believe everyone should have a representation agreement in place.
What's the group called?
NIDIS.
Facebook.
NIDIS.
NIDUS.
NIDUS.
Okay.
Yeah, so but this is, and we actually have it in our PowerPoint here, at the bottom. You're on top of it already, which is NIDIS Personal Planning and Resource Center.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah.
So really great resource, and again, the representation agreement is a very powerful agreement, actually. And so even if you are a CSIL employer, like myself, I have a representation agreement, and it only comes into effect for me when I'm not able to manage on my own. So those are the 3 options of moving forward. What's really great about the representation agreement is that, before it was only when you had 5 people, right?
Okay.
And quite often, Fernando, they ended up, most people, there was always one person that was doing all the work days, right? So the rep agreement allows for that one person to do the work and not have to go through a whole process.
Gotcha.